I think that we need to train, educate them more on some of these dresses, and then the effects it can have on them. When you look at the spiritual side of it, you're exposing yourself to demonic spirits and some of these things.
Hallelujah. So, hallelujah. So how are you going to get it done? You know, you've talked about what can be done. How are you, as the Women's Commissioner, right, going to get it done?
Thank you very much, Daisy. So, first and foremost, I'll use myself as an example. Whenever I go out, whenever I'm representing the student lady, I'll make sure that I'm dressed rightly on point. And also, through the various female lecturers and even the male lecturers, we will talk to them that they should speak to our ladies for us. That when they come to class, because I like one thing about the female lecturers on campus. One thing they do is that they will make sure that you dress well. You would definitely dress well to their class. You will definitely dress well to their classes, and that they will ensure. So together we will talk to them that they should educate the ladies more on some of these things, that there is the need for them to dress well. It is actually something that they should do. And also we organize training, and then we will create campaign and awareness on it. You see, on our various platforms, social media platforms, we will talk about it. The need for you to dress well, the need for you to cover yourself. We will make it so loud that when you find yourself in such dresses, you not feel comfortable.
Do you know the current Women's Commissioner?
Yes, please.
Do you work with her?
Yes, please.
So why haven't you spoken to her about some of these things? You are part of her committee.
Yes, please.
So how come these things you are touting now, you have not done them? And what's the guarantee that you will do them in your tenure? Because was the last year, she was here saying some of these things you were saying. And you are working with her, and she has done, I don't think she's done it. So what's the guarantee that, first, why didn't you talk to her about these things? And what's the guarantee that you will do it?
Thank you very much, Dechi. I think she's been doing it in her own small ways. When you go for meetings, you know, she has this particular way of ensuring that we look on point when we are at the various meetings and programs. I believe she does it in her own way. And one thing that I'm assuring the House and UCC is I will actually ensure that this thing is done because I'm passionate about it. The rate at which our ladies expose themselves is not the best. So I believe with the right and appropriate training, we can actually get them there.
What is your opinion on probably an introduction of, in quotes, a uniform? Not uniform, but maybe a dress code. So School of Business, for instance, maybe Monday, Tuesday, blue shirt or blue or white shirt with black or blue trousers or skirts. Monday to maybe Wednesday, Lacoste. Thursday, African print. Friday is a free day. Friday you can wear whatever you want to wear. What is your opinion about that? What do you think? How do you feel about it? Do you get my drift?
Yes, please. Thank you very much. The university handbook stipulates the dress code. There is no prescribed dress code for students on campus, but they are to dress decently and not wear slippers and some of these things to class. I stand to be corrected. I learned way back, students of School of Business used to wear these uniforms, and for some one or two reasons it has been changed.
It's wrong.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I believe that when we are given the opportunity to dress properly, we learn through dressing. You see, when we came to level 100, the kind of things that we used to wear to class, not exposingly, but you see, as you graduate, as you proceed to the various level, you learn something new. You learn new ways of dressing. You learn new ways of doing things. So if we are given if you are taking that away from them, I believe some might not actually learn some of these social skills that they need to learn in the university. So we should encourage them to dress neatly, dress properly.
But that is not happening. Meaning that you yourself will not be happy with having a dress code.
I have no problem with that. But all that I'm saying is that when the dress code is in, it takes away that opportunity to learn how to dress.
When you work in the bank, what do you wear?
They have an attire.
Exactly. And that's where we are preparing you to. Do you get the drift?
Yes, please.
And they look good in it.
Yes.
So you guys must be thinking about, it's not like a very strict uniform, but something, like you were saying, there were some lecturers, you have to dress in tie before you come to their class. Yes, it used to be so. It wasn't a dress code, but that was their way of trying to get students to dress well. But I think you guys should be looking at that. You have relevant courses. I don't know why you have that. Relevant courses, and you have interspersed initial capitals with, like HRM for instance, the R and M are small letters. Meanwhile, they are all initial caps, and others are not like that. Like organizational behavior is different. So you watch those things. Two more. You said you're a candidate for UCC School of Business Association. Or you were?
Yes, please, I was.
So this year you are not vying for that?
No, please.
So what happened? Why didn't you win?
Thank you very much, they say. The goal has always been the HRC Women's Commissioner, and that was to be a stepping stone for us to get here. Yes, please.
In your special hobbies, you talk about coaching. Reading, counseling, coaching the youth. How do you do that?
Thank you very much. So as my position as the Vice President of Methodist Girls, we have seminars and programs where we are given the opportunity to speak to the young ladies in the church. So whatever problem they may be facing, we have specific ones as they are growing up, the way their bodies are being shaped, some of these things, personal hygiene, how to talk in public, we train them, we teach them how to do well in places like that. So that is what I meant by coaching.
Who is a strategic thinker?
Thank you very much, Deshe. A strategic thinker is one who is able to bring out new ideas to suit situations that was not meant to be. Somebody who is able to bring out an initiative, you're able to solve problems in a way that will not cause confusion or bring disunity among a group of people.
Your CGPA is 3.6.
Yes, please.
I think you should just continue building and get the first class and go home. What do you say to that?
Thank you very much, Deshe. I believe that taking on leadership roles don't just broaden your horizon. You are able to learn new things. Even as you are serving, you're also equally building yourself. You are learning through the process because you get to meet a lot of people. You get to interact with a lot of people. And all these things is a way that you are broadening your knowledge, you are broadening your skills, and you're also building yourself even as you are serving. So I believe combining both is
The two referees you use, are you sure they knew you were using them?
Yes, please.
Because you have just one name. No department, nothing, and it's written in capital letters, bold. Just one name. No department. And spell tutor for me. Tutor. Can you spell the word tutor?
Yes, please.
Again.
Cuitor.
So is this what you are going to be teaching the ladies?
Cutor.
Yeah, so you have to watch it. Hmm? You have to watch it. Those petty mistakes, you don't do them. Hmm? Okay, I'll come back to you. Thank you.
Hello. Please, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
My question. In the history of the University of Cape Coast, there have been some prominent persons who had become vice chancellors. Please, who was the first chancellor of the University of Cape Coast?
Is it chancellor or vice chancellor?
Vice chancellor, sorry. Let me take it again. In the history of the University of Cape Coast, there have been some prominent persons who had become vice chancellors in the university. Please, who was the first vice chancellor of the University of Cape Coast? I need the name.
Professor S.K. Ejapon.
Please come again.
Professor S.K. Ejapon.
I'm sorry. It is Professor Ernest Amano Boatin. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Joycelyn.
Hi, ma'am.
So before an SRC meeting can commence, what percentage of students must be present?
500 students.
What percentage?
5%.
So it is 50% of the student body. Thank you. So you are tempted. So it's wrong. Sorry, it's wrong.
Thank you.
Miss Joycelyn, how are you?
I'm well, please.
Yes, you agree with me that as the owner of the Baker's Bakery, property accountability is very important. In other words, keeping your assets, keeping records of your assets is very important. Now, likewise in the University of Cape Coast, you agree with me again that we have properties. So I would like you to tell us who keeps record of all these properties in the University of Cape Coast.
Record of the properties.
Yes.
Did you get the question?
Would you want me to come again?
Do you want
Yes,
the question to be repeated?
Yes, please.
Yes, I'm saying that you will agree with me that as the owner of bakery, you have properties that you need to keep proper records of. Likewise, in the University of Cape Coast, there are so many properties, and an individual is liable or is responsible for keeping proper record or ensuring that there is a proper record of all those properties. Who is that person in the University of Cape Coast?
The registrar.
Is that your answer? So I'm referring you to section 3.4, page 6 of the financial regulation document. The person is the director of finance. So you got it wrong.
Thank you.
Hello, is it okay if I call you Joy?
Yes, please.
All right, Joy. You seem to be very passionate about women. So let's do something that concerns women. So a lady has approached you on campus and has told you that she has been sexually harassed by a male colleague. Take us through the procedure for seeking redress or for addressing her grievance.
Thank you very much. So, is it directing the person to SEGRAD or the, please, the question again?
You would tell us.
Oh,
Somebody
okay.
has approached you that he has been sexually harassed, a female, right?
Yes.
So tell us what you do.
Okay, I would advise her to go to SEGRAD. I'll direct her to SEGRAD or the hall counselors so that they can help her.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, please. And aside that too, there is a process that you can actually go through. So depending on where the lady finds herself, she can either write a letter to the hall tutor, the head of department, the provost, any of these people. After writing the letter to any of these people, if she doesn't receive any form of reply, any form of response, she then have the right to write to the committee in charge of sexual harassment. The committee in charge of sexual harassment within 7 days will call her. Also, the person that has harassed her, they will investigate the issue, and then within 14 days, bring out a solution as to if the person needs to be penalized for the act and proceed there. If the person also finds it that he or he has not been fairly treated, he can also file for unfair treatment. That is within 14 days of the actual process.
That's a very good answer. Even though they are jammed up, so let me give you. So first, where the person finds him or herself, he will write a written complaint to either the hall tutor, the head of academic affairs, or wherever the person finds himself. And then it will be forwarded to a committee for them to investigate on the matter. If it is found, then if let's say a proper case is found, and then the sexual harassment committee will then open hearing within a number of days. That's 17 days. They will close the hearing. If the person is liable, sanctions will be given to the person, or the person will suffer some sanctions by the registrar. And then if the person finds that he or she has not been properly treated or fairly treated, the person has the right to appeal. So that is it basically. He gave a very good answer.
Thank you.
Hello, Joycelyn.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Please, I'm well. How about you?
I'm good. So my question to you is, let's say that during the weekend I went home, and I took the hall key. I'm living in the hall, and I took the keys home without authorization. There are a number of things that can be done, number of sanctions. Mention them.
Thank you very much. So you'll be made to replace it. There will be a warning. So yes, you replace it. There will be warning, and also there will be a fine, and in worst cases there can be ejection from the hall.
Okay. So that was a very good answer. Very good answer. Okay, so it's found on page 43 in the student handbook. You will be fined based on the commercial rates of rent, and then you can also be fined based on if they have to replace the key, and then you can also be ejected from the hall.
Hello, Miss Joycelyn.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
Please, I'm doing well.
So my question is, in a situation where you are elected as the SRC Women's Commissioner, and for no just cause, you fail to carry out your responsibilities, what are 2 sanctions that will be meted out to you?
Thank you very much. So the offense is breach of trust, and the benefits I'm enjoying will be taken away from me. And yes,
Is that your final answer?
if I fail
If you fail to carry out your responsibilities for no just cause,
yes.
what
So
are the 2 sanctions that can be meted out to you?
the benefits I'm enjoying as SRC Women's Commissioner, it will be taken from me, and also I'll be held accountable for my actions.
Okay, so it's an attempt. So the right answers are the minimum sanction is that you are going to be rusticated. Then the second one is that it is the maximum that can happen to you. The maximum sanction is dismissal. Yes. Thank you. So the question is that in a situation where you are elected as the SRC Women's Commissioner, and for no just cause, you fail to carry out your responsibilities or your duties, what are the 2 sanctions that can be meted out to you according to the student handbook?
Can you give a different question?
Okay. So,
I don't see why it should be restricted.
okay.
Can you give me a different
Okay,
question?
sure. So, a student is found organizing an event without prior approval from the Dean of Students. What steps should be taken according to the student handbook by the SRC?
A student, please, the question again.
A student is found organizing an event without prior approval from the Dean of Students. What necessary actions do the SRC take?
Thank you very much. So, the organizers of the program will be called and cautioned as to why they are organizing a program without the approval of the Dean of Students. And the appropriate sanctions will be given to them, because before you can organize a program, you are supposed to get the permission of the Dean of Students 48 hours before that program is organized. So I believe that if you are caught, that the organizers of the program will be held accountable for such an act.
So what are the sanctions? That's what I'm asking. Or what should the SRC do? Yes.
Say, I don't know. I don't have an idea. And let's move on. If you can't,
Thank you.
just say.
Please educate me.
Okay, so the SRC should remind the students of the university's regulations that all student activities, before they are done, must be sent to the Dean of Students' office for his approval. Without that, you can't carry on. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's an attempt. Yes.
Hi, Miss Jocelyn.
Hello, madam.
So please, as an institutional policy, the university does not accept a request to change your name, like by a student, but there is an exception. So under what circumstance would the university allow a student to change their name?
Thank you very much. When a student is a female and has gotten married during the course of the study, a student is supposed to attach the requisite documents to the requisite documents showing that she is married, and then the change can only be effected when the approval has been given. Thank you.
It's a very good answer.
Hi, Joy.
Hello, ma.
All right, so according to the academic program policy and regulations, what is the deadline for students to request a review of their examination script after the display of the results in their portal?
Thank you. 21 days.
That's very good.
Hello. Yeah, I can see that you are very, very passionate about women. Yeah. So can you please mention the name of the executive director of the UN Women currently?
The
UN Women. The executive director. of the United Nations Women?
Please educate me.
Okay, so her name is Miss Sima Sami Bahus.
Thank you.
Hello, Joy.
Hello, sir.
Hope you are good. Hope you are good.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the Minister of Education.
He has inaugurated
Yeah,
some members.
members. Yeah. How many members are there? Yes, the council. Okay. Okay. So the government of Ghana has passed the energy sector. Okay, sure. So the same question, like I asked you the first one. The Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, has inaugurated some members. Who is the chair of the board, the council? The chairman of the council of the UCC government. Who is the chairman of the governing council of the University of Cape Coast?
Dr. Sejam Sam Jonah.
No, please. It's Justice William Atuguba. So you are wrong, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Justin, how are you?
Yes, I'm well.
Are you under pressure?
No, please.
Oh, you sure? Okay. Would you at this point sip some water? Maybe sip some water. Are you sure you're okay? Okay, good. So I'm looking at your CV, and I want to. Where do you come from?
I'm from Bono region.
Where?
Bono region.
Bono region, specifically?
Doma.
Doma. Doma is in which district?
Bono West.
Bono West. Okay. Do you have any qualification? Educational qualification?
Yes, please.
Yes. Can you tell me?
My WASI and junior high school.
So what is the certificate that you get when you complete the junior high school?
Basic education certificate. Basic education certificate examination.
Okay. Under your work experience, you said presidential candidate. So when we say work experience, what exactly do we mean? When you are developing your CV and you have a caption, work experience, what should go into the work experience?
Thank you very much. Okay. The work experience should entail the experiences you've gotten based on the work that you've done.
So how does presidential candidate UCC, did you win?
No, please.
So how does that become a work experience?
Thank you for the correction.
And you have put that as a work experience and even the things that you did. How does that become a work experience?
So, thank you for the correction. But during that particular time, during that event, I learned how to manage a group. I learned how to manage a group, how to direct people, how to get people to actually work under pressure. And yes, so that is what I learned actually during that short period.
Okay. So you say you are the president of Girls Fellowship Methodist Church.
Yes, please.
Even now, you are still the president.
Yes, please.
Okay. And as part of your responsibility as the president, what do you actually do?
Thank you very much. We organize seminars for our young ladies. We train them. We talk to them about social issues. We talk to them about spiritual issues. We help them in building up themselves, both spiritually and physically.
Okay. And you say you are secretary for Scripture Union. Sunyani. Are you still the secretary?
Yes, please.
I mean, how? You are in school, so how are you able to do the work as a secretary?
Thank you very much. So there are other people who actually help us when we are not in the house. But once we get to the house, we resume our positions.
So are you talking about Scripture Union in Sunyani Secondary School, or are you talking about the community fellowship?
The community fellowship.
Who is the president of the fellowship, the community fellowship?
Mr. S.B. Pinsign.
You said you are the patroness to, is it ACAP or ACAP School Complex? Ladies Club at Brekum. So where do you live? Do you live in Brekum or you are in Sunyani?
I'm in Sunyani.
So how are you able to do your work as the patroness?
Thank you very much.
And this is a club in Brekum. So how are you able to do that?
Thank you very much. So ACAP school is where I taught.
Okay.
Yes, and then it was a group on campus. So that was when I was a patroness for the club.
And as part of your awards and achievements, you said you received certificate of appreciation for outstanding contribution to Bowlex Foundation. Can you tell us about that?
Thank you very much, the chair. Bowlex Foundation is a non-governmental organization in Bono region, and then the CEO is Dr. Tvucc, who happens to be a lecturer at Legon. So normally they organize sections, they give to the needy, they give to the poor. So mostly during Christmas and festive seasons, they go out there to reach out to the widow, the poor, and then the needy. So that was 2022, during that particular year, we went out there, we reached out to people, and I really gave in my all, because from where we were and then the villages that we went to, the kind of things that we went through, and the kind of performance, that selfless actions that I gave, that was the reason why I was given that particular award.
And you didn't indicate any year. Which year was that?
It's 2022.
2022. In your CV, it's not there.
Thank you.
Okay. And your referees, tutor, Mr. Prince Accra. Is it Accra? Ankara?
Yes, please.
It's a tutor, all for Christ Senior High. Where?
Bono region.
Bono region is a region. Where is the school? Which town?
Brekum.
Brekum. So you also have Dr. Enim, School of Business. Which School of Business are you talking about here?
Ucc School of Business.
Ucc School of Business. Do you know him personally?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So, are you emotional?
Thank you very much, teacher. I believe emotion is part of humans.
So if I ask you to rate your emotional intelligence on a scale of 1 to 10, what will you give yourself?
8.
8.
Yes, please.
Okay. Are you quick-tempered?
No, please.
Okay. So I would like you to mention 4 ways that you have impacted lives in your life. 4 ways. Because you are coming to this office as a SRC Women's Commissioner. And I always believe that what you can do depends on what you have done before. So if you have not done anything, then you will not be able to do anything. So 4 ways that you have impacted life. Can you share with us?
Thank you very much, teacher. I'll start with my friends that I met in the hall. We were 6 in the room. And now currently, I've been able to enroll 2 of them in baking and then nails making.
So that is 1.
Yes, here on campus. And now they are actually monetizing it. Yes. And then the second one is my class, Department of HRM, level 300 students. I've created a platform called Department of HRM, where all level 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s, we all connect on that platform. We bring resource persons online to train and educate us, to help equip us about our field. And then just recently, one thing that really motivated me was I realized that in School of Business, we have, as soon as you come to level 100, we have ACCM. They come on board, they teach us, they let you know that there is a professional course. But aside that particular one, HRM, there is a professional course, HRM. But personally, I've not heard it during our meetings and that. So we use that as an opportunity to bring resource persons to actually teach us, talk to us about Chartered Institutes of HRM. And then they made us know where they are. So with that particular one, we've not just helped the level 300s, level 200s, but we've helped ourselves, those who didn't even know that there is a professional certificate called Chartered Institutes of HRM. The next one is in my church, here in UCC.
What church is that?
Gamsu.
Okay.
Yes. So then we normally give. We have what we call. So there is an outreach program that they normally goes on, and then you can partake in it or you can give to support it. And I gave honestly to support that particular program, and at the end the result was very massive. And also the hall that I find myself, sometimes taking up this particular initiative, a lot of people come to you and bring out certain vital issues. Aside the one that I'm supposed to direct to SEGRAD and the various hall counseling, I also talk to them about some spiritual matters concerning these particular initiatives, and I guide them on how to actually excel in such places.
So when you came to first year, you were in the hall.
Yes, please.
What did you do? What did you do for the hall when you came to first year?
Thank you very much. I joined in the cleaning exercises of the hall. When the hall goes for programs, I go there to support them. I give them my support. I make sure that if I'm not even partaking in it, I'll be there to support them, mariners. So I give them that support.
So you left the hall, I think, second year, right?
Yes, please.
And what have you been doing since you left the hall? What have you been doing for the hall?
Thank you. We go for programs, especially during the ladies swing programs, and we are given the opportunity to speak to our ladies, talk to them about things in the hall, and also educate them on such areas.
I'm asking you all these questions because they say charity begins at home.
Yes.
So you cannot go out and claim that you can do something for other people when in your home nobody is feeling you. You are not doing anything. That's why I'm asking you all these questions. So maybe my last question, Chair. Yeah. So can you, what have you seen differently? I mean, when you're given the opportunity to become the SRC women, WOCOM, what will you do differently from what they are doing now?
Thank you very much, the Chair. Please, can you come again with it different?
Okay. So you know the current Women's Commission, right? You've been working with her.
Yes, please.
What is it that she should be doing that she is not doing, that when you come, you would like to do?
Thank you very much. Currently, the Women's Commissioner is actually working, and she's trying to get sanitary pads to deliver to the ladies. So I think it's a good initiative. And when I'm giving the nod, I'll also expand on it. What I want to do about that is, there are some who can actually afford the sanitary pad. So what we will do is, we will actually subsidize the price of the sanitary pads, and then we will sell it to the student body. And those who are needy, those who cannot afford it, we will leave it at the various JCRC vice presidents, so that the ladies can actually access it. Those who cannot actually afford it, but those who can afford it, we will subsidize the price for them, so that it can also reduce the cost and the burden of buying of sanitary pads.
So you want to subsidize the cost or the price of the sanitary pad. How are you going to raise the money to subsidize the price? Because subsidy simply means that you are not going to allow the person to pay the full price. The person will pay part and then you will bear the rest. So how are you going to raise money to do that?
Thank you very much, Chair. So we will speak to non-governmental organizations who are into women and who actually cares about women and children in that particular area. We will seek for support, and also we also help as an SRC to also come on board and then help us get the requisite fund to actually subsidize the
So what
price.
is your policy for less able women in this university?
Thank you very much. So we want them to be represented in our various programs. So this is what we intend to do. The disabled women, we will give them the opportunity to partake in our activities. You see, let's take for instance, we are having a program, we are organizing a program, we lessly see them around. So we will create a space for them to come. And also, when we also give them the opportunity to actually partake in it, so that they can also feel welcomed and so that they can also feel welcomed in our activities.
Okay, Prof. Chair, please. Sorry. I was just looking at your CGPA and it's impressive. But I have seen that you have been hovering around the 3.5, 3.6. Now you are 3.6. That's a borderline. You are come to take on a responsibility. Do you want to go home with the first class, or you want to go home with a second lower with your responsibility, with the position that you want to occupy? Because you know that once you are at the borderline, it's likely that when you pick up that position, it's going to drop. I mean, Would you prefer that?
I will go home with a first class.
First class.
Yes,
You are
please.
sure about that?
Yes, please.
Okay. In case, so how are you going to balance your responsibility and your academics?
Thank you very much. I will set clear boundaries, and that is what I've learned in my previous endeavor. I realized that it's not an easy task, so you need to set clear boundaries. You need to manage your time well, and you need to know when to attend to situations and how to actually go about it. So I will balance it in such a way that none of them. I will balance it in such a way that both sides will not suffer. I will get my first class, and I'll also make sure that I work and ensure that the women on campus actually benefit from my tenure. Thank you.
So the point I'm trying to make is that even without the responsibility, I think first semester, you made 3.5. Then second semester, it went to, I'm talking about the CGPA, it went to 3.6, exactly. So 3.52, from 3.52 to 3.6 exactly at the end of the second semester. Then I think the second year or so, you came down to 3.5, exactly. Then that's the first semester. Second semester, you moved to 3.52. The last semester, which is third year, first semester, you have 3.6. So you can see that even without responsibilities, you are doing this. And you are sure that you'll be able to maintain with all the whatever you are talking about, the boundaries and so forth and so forth. You'll be able to do that. Okay. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Baker's Bakery. I see. It's like your vim has gone down.
No.
It has not gone down.
No.
Okay. So I think so far we have interacted with you. And do you have any weaknesses at all? Do you have a weakness that you are working on or you intend to work on?
No, please.
You don't have a weakness?
We all are humans and we have weaknesses. But
so what's the no please coming from?
Of course I have a weakness, but it's not one that I'm really battling with.
So what is it? Something you don't want to talk about?
Yes.
I see. Who is your role model on campus? Or generally, who is your role model? Generally.
Generally, my mom is my role model.
Why?
When it comes to family life and marriage, she's my role model. Yes. And it's because of how she's been able to manage me, my siblings, the entire family, how she's able to manage us and taking care of the family. That is one thing I really desire to get when God blesses me with a marriage, with a family as well.
I see. All right. I see that you teach people to cook as well. Don't use your eyes. I use my mouth. Do you teach people to cook?
Yes, please.
Tell me about that Maggie thing.
So Maggie cooking competition is an annual competition that's held in my region, and as part, schools participate in it. So since I was a patroness of my school, the patroness of my club in the school, I led my team to actually partake in that cooking competition.
Share with us some skills or some strengths that you have. You don't have a weakness. So share with us some skills or some strengths you have.
Thank you very much. I'm an outspoken person. I have strong decision-making skills, conflict resolution, and training of young persons that I come across.
You wrote plenty here on your CV here. It means you didn't even do the CV. You wrote plenty. Of all you said, only one is here. And I was asking you, my lady, is it Joyce?
Yes, Prophet.
Okay. And your hobbies? Did you say you can sing?
No, please.
You can't sing. You can sing. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for us? Do you have any questions for? Were you part of the Dean's Award this time?
No, please.
No. Why?
Quanti. Hey.
Quanti. So hang on.
What is quantity?
So you had a referred paper.
No.
You had what? Quanti. You had C. But next year you'll be part.
Yes, please.
Because you are back to. You see what Prof was talking about. Okay. All right. Because I don't remember seeing you. That's why I was asking. Any questions for us?
No, please.
You don't have any questions for us? Okay. Do you have anything to say to your constituents, to the students' body? Is there anything you want to say?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to thank the house for having me, and also tell the student body that they should believe in us and the vision that we have for the ladies here on campus. We don't just intend to come for the position, but we want an enabling and thriving environment whereby the females here on campus can successfully thrive, gain an extra skill for themselves, and also reorient our mindset. So we want a positive change. So they should give us the nod. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I was wondering why you didn't go for the presidency at UCAPS this time. You've changed. You've moved on. Higher. Okay. Thank you very much. And then we wish you all the best. You hear from us. Okay.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Our viewers, our cherished viewers, this is the first candidate for Women's Commissioner position. We are expecting the second candidate very soon. And after that, we'll take a few minutes break and then we'll reconverge for the next session, which would be the 10 for the SRC PRO or Public Relations Officers. Thank you very much. Hi, you're welcome. Please.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So our microphones are very sensitive, so try not to speak into it. The way it's tilted, if you can manage it that way, it will be fine. You are welcome. Just relax, and then be yourself. It's just a chat we are going to have. No fears. All right. Like you can see, there's a bottle of water there, so if you want to drink, feel free to have a drink.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right, so we don't know you. So tell us who you are and why you are here.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair.
Speak into the mic.
I am humbled and most grateful to be here. My name is Rahina Tutuna Al-Hassan, a level 300 Bachelor of Law student, an affiliate of UGWA with the index number FLLB 220073. I've had the opportunity in my educational life to attend Evangelical Presbyterian School, where I was the school prefect. I also transitioned to Evangelical Presbyterian Junior High School, where I had the opportunity to serve as the school prefect, the first of its kind for a female too. I've also had the privilege to attend a Catholic institution at Ho, Our Lady of Apostle, where amidst the existence of the school, I was the first female school prefect of that school. And today I am here having gone through the electoral processes of filing for nominations to be vetted. And hopefully within your wisdom, if you approve me, I shall go ahead to aspire to become SRC Women's Commissioner. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Interesting. Why not the president or the vice president? Why not?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. With this question, I understand that you have reposed the trust in me that I could contest for either the president or the vice president. But Prof. Chair, in every stage of my life, there are impacts I want to make. And at this point in time, I believe that the conversation to empower largely women to believe in the validity of their dream this is the time I want to have it. And as such, as much as possible, I could serve in the capacity of the president or the vice president. I so much wish that given the position of the SRC Women's Commissioner, I'll give it my shot within the shortest possible time that I'll be given. Thank you very much.
In case you sail through, what do you intend to do?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. Should I sail through this vetting, I intend to implement the She Factor policy, aiming at empowering women. With your kindest permission, I would love to explain the policies. Prof. Chair, the She Factor policy, the X stands for Tvucc, Sanitary Pad Bank.
Stands for?
Sanitary Pad Bank.
Sanitary pad?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Prof. Chair, the Sanitary Pad Bank is going to be in a progressive manner, taking into consideration that I'll need a considerable time to seek for sponsorship. I'd also need a considerable time to know how I'll be able to distribute same on quarterly basis. Prof. Chair, the H is health policy. I believe the panel and all other members watching me know that health is wealth. And as such, the health of every student, not just women, is a priority. I intend to implement the health policy, which one I intend to collaborate with the SRC president, all other executives, and necessary stakeholders involved to ensure that students are able to access the university hospital with a student ID card. I've had a rare experiences of students not having their NHIS card, and it causes delay at the university hospital. But I believe that the student's ID card is an indication that the person is a member of the university. And as such a person should be given the privilege of health treatment even with the student ID card. Prof. Chair, again with the health policy, I intend to embark on an extensive campaign on breast cancer, menstrual hygiene, and all other related diseases that the University Hospital or the Worldwide Health Organization keeps us posted on. Prof. Chair, the last but not the least, the E stands for entrepreneurship policy. Where, Prof. Chair, I believe that at the end of our stay in the university where we acquire degree, we should have a skill. This is an era where I believe that the job market has transcended the degree you hold, but what you can offer or what you can use to sustain yourself to a time. So with the explanation for the entrepreneurship policy, Prof. Chair, I intend to implement Bid Your Idea, where students, those that are good in soap making, hairstyling, wig making, but we just bid the idea. So in collaboration with the SRC president and all other stakeholders, we find facilitators and resources to train you in same. Prof. Chair, I will talk about the last, which is an implementation of sexual harassment policy. It's unfortunate, and I want to admit that even though we are in a universal community, we still have people buttressing with sexual harassment. People battling with sexual harassment or being victims of sexual harassment. So I intend to embark on an extensive campaign in collaboration with all vice presidents or all other female groups, associations with the university to ensure that I have fair knowledge of their programs so that they are able to inculcate within it a campaign on sexual harassment, aiming at reducing, if not to completely eradicate. I am grateful for the opportunity to share this with you. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Did you say she or she's?
The she's factor policy.
So it's HASHES.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So sanitary pad, health, entrepreneurship, and then
sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment. This sanitary pad thing, how many sanitary pads do you give ladies per semester?
Thank you
Or
very much.
how is it done? How is it? Because I think it's not, should I say sustainable or substantial? How many sanitary pads do you give students per semester? Do you know?
Prof. Chair, thank you very much. I am unable to know the import of the
currently,
question.
how many do they give? Do you know or you don't?
Prof. Chair, currently I'm disposed to one.
One sanitary pad?
Yes.
Single one like that or a pack?
So, Prof. Chair, a pack.
A pack per semester.
That is what I am in the known of.
But we spend about 3 semesters or 3 months. And we do this thing every month. So if you give me one sanitary pad, and sometimes you need 2 for a month. So if you give me one, how substantial is that? Is it really working?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I believe the part of the explanation of my SHE policy, the X, which I said 3 times a year on quarterly basis, was a bit messed up. Prof. Chair, the answer I gave was the one I am in the known that recently is given. So recently I am in the known that either on International Women's Day, we go out there and then we share sanitary pads. Then that is it. But the one I intend to implement, respectfully, Prof. Chair, is to make sure it is done quarterly basis, 3 times within my administration. And that is why it is progressive, taking into consideration the ample of time I will need to seek sponsorship for same, and taking into consideration that this is the first of its kind to be done. I would have to need to take a lot of patience.
I want us to think beyond sanitary pad. There are other things that fine, the entrepreneurship good, the health fine, the sexual harassment fine. But this sanitary pad thing, I think that we must do more, better than one pack of sanitary. I think it's an eyesore, if you should ask me. That 3 months, come and get one sanitary pad. No, I think you guys should think more. Think of something that, in fact, if you even talk about panty liners, for me it's a better alternative. But to give someone one sanitary pad for a month, which may not even be enough, I don't think it's any. Well, that's just my thought. Let me ask you. I was wondering, if you meet students who are not well dressed, they have not covered themselves well like you have done sitting here. If you meet them, what do? Usually when you meet students, you are going for lectures, you meet students who are, I mean, for you, your uniform is cut out for you as a law student. It's black and white every day, right? You meet students and they are dressed anyhow. How do you feel and what do you do?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I agree with you that if I see students dressed inappropriate or exposing themselves, it would have something to do with the fact that that is inappropriate. So if I should see someone, taking into consideration this is a universal society where you cannot put point blank to people what they should do, I will calmly talk to the person. That example, this is a university where you are trained to fit into a job market and you need to aspire to inspire of how you want to become. So, Prof. Chair, I would just make the person aware that the university appreciates decent and appropriate dressing and not provocative dresses. It also makes sure that it can also help you to draw a good image from another party who sees you. So I'll just make sure the person understands the necessity of dressing appropriately and why the person should do so.
Have you attempted it before?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I have.
And what was the feedback?
So, Prof. Chair,
honest, what was the feedback?
Prof. Chair, that was on a very personal level. So that person, I wasn't too serious. I don't know if the panel will allow me to say what I said. May I?
If it's not vulgar.
Okay. So I said it in chief. The Sibra school is how I dress. And then the person was asking, the person was a friend, I mean, a very personal level. So the person realized that, no. And I told the person that this is a community where you create impressions. You are addressed how you are dressed. And then we went back for the person to change. We stay very close.
A lot of students are taking contraceptives. Do you know about that? A lot of students are taking contraceptives meant for married people. They are taking it, I mean, contraceptive meant for married people and to be taken when they are hard pressed. I mean, once in a while in their life, are being taken on a weekly and monthly basis. A pharmacist called me the last time and said, look, they are very scared because the way students are buying contraceptives, they are selling it, but the way students are buying contraceptives, they are afraid that in future they can't give birth. Because these are emergency contraceptives, but people are taking it on a daily basis. What are we going to do? Women's Commissioner.
Thank you so much, Prof. Chair. It was of no reason that contraceptives were created, which means that there is particular reasons why contraceptives were created. And I want to admit, and I believe the panel will agree with me, that this is a university. You necessarily cannot tell somebody what to do. This is a university. You necessarily cannot tell somebody what to do, at what time, and why they should stop it. But I believe we can implement an education system where students recognize the fact that contraceptives...
I like what you are saying. Say it louder, yeah.
We can implement an extensive education system where students are made to understand and know that there are varied uses of contraceptives at what time, when, and how. As much as I am disposed, there is a contraceptive that should be taken once a year. So if you always abuse it, in the long run, it has health implications on you. So for nothing at all, with the implementation of an education on what contraceptives to use, how, where, and how, I believe we can keep, if not to completely eradicate, because this is a university. You just cannot tell somebody what to do.
What is your take on abstinence? No sex before marriage.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I hold a stout position on abstinence, which is you should abstain. But the question arises, what if the person cannot abstain? And that is when I'll give the answer that use condoms.
So
for
you
protection.
prefer condoms to any other, to the taking of the pills?
Prof. Chair, I admitted the position earlier that my original position is to abstain.
Abstain.
But in an instance where a person necessarily cannot abstain.
What you are saying is important too. So I want you to
in an
speak.
instance where the person cannot necessarily abstain, I'll advise the use of condom. And I also advise the person having knowledge on contraceptives.
Okay. Now let's come to your educational background. That was a baptism of fire. Because you came with a lot of fire. So I needed to use that fire. Okay. So tell us about your educational background, please. Are you a Muslim?
Yes, please.
You
I
are?
am a Muslim.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I had my basic education at Evangelical Presbyterian School, situated at the Northeast Region, Chereponi, where I was the school prefect. I transitioned to Evangelical Presbyterian Junior High School, where I was also the school prefect. Things took a better turn, and I had to leave the north to the south, where I attended Our Lady of Apostle, a Catholic institution at the Volta region. I am glad to admit I was the first Muslim head girl of the school.
Yeah.
And now I am at the University of Cape Coast reading Bachelor of Laws in level 300. And Prof. Chair, I'm also glad to admit that in my second year at the law faculty, I was the first junior undergraduate level 200 vice president. Currently, as we speak, Prof. Chair, it was in the wisdom of the Ogwa Hall president to honor me with an appointment of Speaker of Parliament. So the only capacity I hold in leadership now is a Speaker of Parliament for Ogwa Hall. I'm most grateful.
I see. And that's just last semester or this semester?
I am still.
No, when did you start? Last semester?
Yeah, the
January?
appointment
Oh,
of
this
the-
year, but last semester.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. I can see the first, the basic school, 2016 to 2019. But the other program you did at the Evangelical Presby is not here. You mentioned two things. Is it undergraduate, basic school, and then JHS, is it?
Yes, please. All at Evangelical Presbyterian School.
Yeah, but only the 2016 to 2019 is here. The other one is not here.
My apologies.
Okay. And then we don't have your fine details. We don't know. We don't even have your address. Nothing about you is here. How old are you?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I am 19 years.
19. Is that why you didn't put it there?
Prof. Chair,
And you are in level 300.
Yes, please.
So you came to level 100 at 16.
Yes, please.
Or I see.
Please, can I take water?
All right.
Yeah, you can.
Finish and tell me about your ambassadorial role at the Dreamers Network, Ghana. No, just take your time. Tell us about Dreamers Network Ghana and your role there, please.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. The Dreamers Network Ghana is a non-governmental organization, and they are into community development, social, and education. And I happen to be the ambassador of the Dreamers Network Ghana.
No, who are they? What is it? Who is the founder? Tell us about it.
Prof. Chair, Dreamers Network Ghana is founded by Mr. Isaac Note, a US-based Ghanaian citizen that has over the years been so much interested in rural development or community development. So I happened to get in contact with them by an initiative I was taking at the Chereponi town, and the video went viral, and they reached out to me that they would want me to help them spearhead their activities at the community. That was how come I became the
So it's based in Tripoli.
The Dreamers Network Ghana is a cut across. But
where is the head office? Where did it start?
Accra.
Accra.
Yes, please.
Oh, so Tripoli is a branch. Sort of. Do you have it in every region? Or
yes, Prof. Chair.
You have it in every region?
Yes, Prof. Chair.
So your role, your ambassadorial role, where do you function? Is it in Accra or in Tripoli?
Tripoli.
In Tripoli. I see. So you have some in Tamale?
Yes, please.
And Accra, Cape Coast?
I am sure about that, Prof. Chair.
Oh, you are not sure.
Prof. Chair, I am.
Oh, you are not sure, my dear. If you are sure, you would have said yes.
So, Prof. Chair, it cuts across. It's everywhere.
Oh, but the fact that it cuts across does not mean that in every region it is there. You know, it could be in pockets of regions. Yeah, it can cut across, but it can't be everywhere. Even the political parties, they are not everywhere. They are not in every region. You understand? Yeah. You wrote something, confident and driven. What did you, is there a word missing, or what did you mean by that? The profile summary.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
Confident and driven. What, I am thinking there should be a word. Otherwise, what did you mean by that?
So, appropriately, it should be a young, confident, and driven law student. I don't know if that is what is captured there, but that is essentially what I meant.
With your leadership skills, I can see varied, but I still have problems with your dash and hyphens. Do you know the difference? So we will all learn it today. The dash is the long one. And the hyphen is the short one that separates, two words. So the dash is the longer one. So if you are doing your CV and you are using the dash, you must be consistent. And if it's the hyphen, you must be consistent. But once you have hyphen and dashes, you confuse everybody. And in some of them positions, you have the month. Say January 2025 to date. Others you don't have. So you stick to one style. Your margins are horrible. The information is very good. Girls prefect, senior girls prefect, assistant girls prefect, senator, member of parliament, member of deputy whip, vice, whatever. You have all that. But it must look good. It must look good. So that is what I have. And then when you come to the achievements, for instance, you have bolded almost all except one. That is most hardworking prefect. Who gave you that?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. At Our Lady of Apostle, having known the trust reposed in me as the first female Muslim school prefect, it was a weight to carry. I did just my best, and I was honored the most hardworking prefect.
2028 student debater, the student is in small letters. So there are those things that you have to really look at. Do you know the current women's commissioner?
Yes, please.
What's her name?
Miss Frida Kumi.
Frida Kumi. Do you work with her?
No, please.
Do you like her?
So much.
So much. Why do you like her?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I'll be very honest. she's a monkey like myself from Ugwa. And I mean, I love all of them. Aside that, being able to take up leadership portfolio, being able to take up leadership portfolio is one step I admire. Leadership is not for the faint-hearted. The mere fact that she stepped out there to go for it, that's the A game for me. So I like her so much.
Tell me one thing you don't like about her administration, not her. Her administration.
Prof. Chair, with the greatest respect to you, I like everything about her administration.
Tell me one thing she should have done but did not do, and then you would do.
Prof. Chair, can you kindly take the question again?
Can I?
Kindly take the question again.
Oh, tell me something she should have done, being the women's commissioner. She should have done, but she didn't do. Or you think she should have done, but she didn't do. And which you will do. You fill in that vacancy.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. At the moment, I'm unable to mention any because she's not done with the administration. Probably she'll do it subsequently.
Then we don't need you, because she's doing everything. There is nothing new you are bringing. What I'm asking you in essence is that what new are you bringing on board?
Thank you very much.
Because no one person can finish it. That's why we have leadership changing. So if she has done everything, she has nothing she hasn't done, that means we don't need you. As simple as that.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I bet I missed that part of it. And with your permission, I would proceed to answer that. Prof. Chair, with the implementation of the sanitary pad bank, I believe she's done so well. Recently, when we celebrated the International Women's Day, we went around to distribute sanitary.
Can you hear her? So increase your
So I intend to make mine progressive. I building on the one she gives and make it quarterly basis. And it's quarterly because, Prof. Chair, conversations need to be had on how I'm going to seek sponsorships and how I'm going to even make the institution accommodate that we are now doing sanitary pad bank projects on progressive basis. Aside that, to Prof. Chair, the health policy, I highly commend her on the health initiative that she's taking, menstrual hygiene, breast cancer days, and all of that. But I believe another token I could add is the accessing of the university hospital with our student ID cards. Prof. Chair, with the entrepreneurship policy, mine is a bit detailed and varies from hers. To fill in her void, she has been able to make sure the students are taught how to make soaps. We did that at the Parliament ground. Mine is you bid your idea. So I don't necessarily tell the student this is what I am teaching you. You bid an idea that you want to learn software. You want to learn social branding. You want to learn how to make soap and all shoes and all of that. And then we take that information and work on how we are going to teach the students. Another one is the sexual harassment, extensive sexual harassment education. I'm grateful for the opportunity to answer this.
These things you are saying. Anyway, I'll come back to you. But the references, do they know you are using them as referees? Do they know or they don't?
They know, please.
They know?
Yes, please.
Because, you know, Prof. Gachi is no more the Dean for School of Business.
Yes, thank you very much. And this information was submitted before he handed over.
And I find it very strange. You are in the law school.
Yes, Prof. Chair.
You start from level what?
100.
100. You didn't get anybody there. You had to come to the business school.
Prof. Chair, I have another person there, my lecturer, Mr. Alexander Hackman, Edu Esquire, from my faculty.
You don't add titles when you bring Esquire.
So Mr. Alexander Hackman,
But it's not here.
Esquire.
It's not here.
Prof. Chair, that should be a typo, and I admit my apologies.
So I was wondering. Now let's look at your CGPA. 2.8. And you have some ISIS. Do you think you can stand the heat and still make it with, I think it was 3.5 started very well, 3.9. And then now, you are coming down. You still want to go down?
No, please.
Why don't you just continue with your education, finish and go? You've had some positions. You've had about 10 or even more, a lot. What else do you want?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I admit I started very well with 3.9 and now at 3.5. The semester within which I dropped to 3.5, I was indisposed. I had to take a break.
You what?
I was indisposed. I was sick.
Indisposed.
And I had to take a break for a time. I admit it affected me, but I can also admit that there could be some other reasons. And I've taken necessary steps to balance my academic life. So, Prof. Chair, I assure you, this is where we are. We are going up and not coming back. Thank you.
Tell us about the law of immovable of property. Law of immovable of property. No, it's written here. Law of immovable of property. Is that the right way to say it?
No, please.
But that's what has been printed. So how do you say it?
Printed, pardon me, on my CV.
On your transcripts.
Okay. Prof. Chair.
So how do you pronounce? Is it law of immovable property?
Yes, please.
Law of immovable property.
Yes, please.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. Law of immovable property is basically called land law, which deals with land, interest, and acquisitions that are in land.
Do you know why I asked you?
Yes, please.
Why? You don't like the course?
I regret to admit I don't.
You don't like the course?
Yes.
But that is not a good way to. You have to like every course. In fact, and love the lecturer. But if you hate the lecturer, you fail the course. It's as simple as that.
Actually, I love the lecture.
You love the lecturer, but you hate the course.
Not necessarily hate the course. I don't do it with ease.
You don't do it with ease.
The others.
So you have to channel more effort, energy into that. All right, I'll come back to you. Let me allow my colleagues to interact with you.
Rahina too. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
How is it going?
I'm holding up by grace, sir, and you.
Anyway, please, I'm giving you a riddle, and at the end of the riddle, you give me the answer. I am a section in the university who provides services to students. I am located in most parts of the university. I am much interested in helping students to take good decisions for their personal growth and academic success. In the services I provide, there is confidentiality. Who am I?
Thank you, Prof. Chair. May I have the privilege of hearing the question again?
Okay. I am a section in the university who provides services to students. I am located in most parts of the university. I am much interested in helping students to take good decisions for their personal growth and academic success. In the services I provide, there is confidentiality. Please, who am I?
Guidance and counseling unit.
Guidance and counseling unit or section. That's very good. You are correct.
Thank you.
Rahina.
Yes, ma'am.
So which outlet develops memoranda for understanding with institutions in and outside Ghana?
May you kindly take the question again?
Which outlet or office?
In the university.
Yes, please. Which outlet or office in the University of Cape Coast develops memoranda for understanding with institutions in and outside Ghana?
Legal Affairs Office.
Is that your final answer? So the answer is Office for International Education. Office for International Education.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's wrong. Yes, please.
Council,
Yes, sir.
I was enjoying your submissions. The university is a statutory body, and it has the right to hold both local and foreign accounts. Now let's talk about the local account. I would want you to mention those who are the signatories, if possible, 2 signatories to the local account of the University of Cape Coast.
The Vice Chancellor is one.
Okay.
Dean of Students or the Chancellor.
Come again.
The Vice Chancellor is one.
Okay.
And I'm indicating that Dean of Students or the Chancellor.
So you've attempted, and I will refer you to section 9, subsection 3A of page 33 of the financial regulation document of the university. So issues of money, the first person that should come to mind should be Director of Finance. Then the registrar or Vice Chancellor or the Pro-Vice Chancellor. So you've attempted. Thank you.
Hello, Rahi.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you are enjoying your session.
Hopefully.
All right. So, as a law student, I believe you work with statutes. So, this is in the form of a riddle. So, I am a statute. My object is to ensure the achievement of gender equality in the political, social, economic, educational, and cultural spheres of the society. Should I take it again? I am a statute. My object is to ensure the achievement of gender equality in the political, social, economic, educational, and cultural spheres of the society. Who am I? Or what am I? What statute am I?
The 1992 Constitution. The 92 Constitution.
So it is the Affirmative Action Act 2024. The Affirmative Action Act 2024. So that's wrong. It's a wrong answer.
Hello. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so my question to you is, a friend comes to you that they've recently purchased a car or they've been gifted a car to use on campus. What are the provisions made on campus, or what are the steps they have to take to use this car safely on campus?
Thank you very much, Board Chair. Generally, the use of cars by students is prohibited. But for a person to do that, you may have... Thank you very much, Board Chair. Thank you very much, Board Chair. Generally, the use of cars by a student are prohibited or not necessarily advised. But to do that, the person needs to register with the Office of the Dean of Students and also pay an amount for the use of the car on campus.
Okay, so that's a fair answer. On page 64 of the student handbook, it says that you are supposed to register the vehicle with the estate section, and then you purchase the stickers that you mentioned, and you renew it every semester. You provide your roadworthy certificate and insurance of the car.
Thank you very much.
A good answer. No, so you register the vehicle with the estate section, and then you purchase the stickers.
Roadworthy. Read all the
Okay. You purchase the stickers every semester, and then you provide the roadworthy certificate
And what was the answer she gave?
That you register with the dean of students, and then you purchase the stickers.
And you pay.
And you pay an amount. It's an attempt.
Yes, please.
Okay, hello, Miss Rahina.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well by grace.
So my question is, in the handbook, I hope you have a copy of that.
Yes, please.
Okay. So in the handbook, there are several duties of the University of students in the University of Cape Coast. Can you list 5 of them?
Can you please come again?
So in the student's handbook, there are several duties of students in the University of Cape Coast. Can you list 5 of them?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. The student handbook stipulates that students, that is the junior members of the university, are supposed to respect the senior members of the university. They are supposed to desist from any act or conduct that brings the name of the university into disrepute. They are also to attend all lectures, partake in assignment quizzes. They are also to dress appropriately and behave in a manner that aligns with the core values of the university. Thank you.
Is that your final answer? I said give 5.
They are also supposed to accumulate a grade point average of 120 minimum before they graduate as part of their course study.
Okay, so it's an attempt because all that you mentioned, as per the handbook, are not. Yes, so the answer.
Give us the answer.
So page 30 of the handbook. So some of the duties include promote the prestige and good name of UCC.
If you don't keep quiet, I'll walk all of you out. That's why we are here.
Foster unity and live in harmony with the others, the other students. Protect university property and expose, combat, and misuse or waste of funds of the university. Contribute to the well-being of the university community. Defend Ghana and render national service when necessary. Cooperate with lawful agencies in the maintenance of law and order. Protect and safeguard the environment. Yes.
Prof. Chair.
Yes. So 2 out of 5. Yes.
You know what to do.
Hello, Miss Raina.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there are a number of compulsory courses on UCC campus. How many are the university-wide compulsory courses?
7, please.
Please list 4.
Communication studies, African studies, critical thinking, liberals, and that's it, 4.
A very good answer. A very good answer.
Hi, Rahina.
Hello,
How are you
ma'am.
doing?
I'm doing well. Please, what about you?
I'm also fine. Okay, so it's Eredo. I ensure maintenance and continuous improvement of academic standards, align with UCC commitment to excellence in education. Who am I?
Can you kindly take the question again?
Pardon?
Can you kindly take the question again?
Okay. I ensure maintenance and continuous improvement of academic standards, align with UCC commitments to excellence in education. Who am I?
Directorate of Academic Planning and Quality Assurance.
That's very good.
Hello, Miss Rahina. Rahina to right.
Hello, sir.
Okay. So, I can see that you are very passionate about women.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, can you state the theme for this year's International Women's Day?
Accelerate action.
That's a very good answer.
Raina,
Yes, sir.
you said you're ambassador for Dreamers Network Ghana.
Yes, please.
Okay. And it has been registered as charity organization. Which year was it formed in Ghana?
Prof. Chair, I beg to differ. Not a charity foundation.
Okay. But it's on your website, it has been registered as charity organization.
Prof. Chair, maybe I stand to be corrected on that.
Sure.
but
Do you know the year it was formed in Ghana?
In Ghana.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, tell us.
Prof. Chair, it was formed 2016.
Sorry. It was formed 2019 from the website of the Dreamers Network Ghana. Thank you.
Prof. Chair, may I kindly explain? As far as I am in the know, it was in 2016, but I became...
Word against what is on the website.
Prof. Chair, I don't know who inputs
So you can, when
our
you go, you can
information,
cross-check.
but I am much certain because I work there. That is the answer.
No, it's what is on the website. So it's wrong.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. Rahina too. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Are you under pressure?
Not at all.
Would you want to sip some water?
With your permission, yes.
Yes. Yeah. I think Prof. Chair has commented on your CV. The layout is very beautiful, and I think that is good. Some few issues. From your profile summary, you said passionate about mobilizing youth for educational and social development initiatives with a proven track record of leading community development projects. And I'm interested in that. Please, can you mention at least 2 projects that you have led, community projects that you have led? That's what you have written there. And you said you have a proven record of leading community development projects and also volunteer efforts. Can you mention two?
Yes,
And what,
please.
what were they about?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I've been able to initiate the Readers Club at the Chorponi community. I've also been able to implement the water sanitation project.
Okay, what were they about?
Prof.
Can you
Chair.
tell us briefly about those projects?
Okay.
You have mentioned the names, but what actually were involved, you have not told us.
Okay. Prof. Chair, I schooled there and realized that reading was a bit of a problem for most of the children, I should put it, or most of the young ladies and adults. So what I did was to collaborate with the Dreamers Network Ghana and to necessarily make them know that the community needs a library. The community needs books and facilitators to teach them how to read. And Prof. Chair, I've had the opportunity to myself teach them how to anytime I'm also on vacation. On the water sanitation, Prof. Chair, if you would go to the community...
So were you the one who led the project?
Yes, please. Yes,
You're
please.
talking about Dreamers Network.
Yes, please. Because I was there. So
you had the opportunity to do this project because of Dreamers Network, or it was your initiative?
Okay, thank you. To clarify, Prof. Chair, I started. And that was what I indicated, that it got the attention of the media, and then I was contacted too.
Okay. Then that's very impressive. And the other one, sorry.
Okay, thank you. The water sanitation. Prof. Chair, if you go to the community called Chorponi, they have a water, a river called Caterpillar. It's sort of in their language. And it has a poor sanitation. I mean, because it's a northeast part of the country, we have donkeys entering the water, using it with human beings and swimming. So what I did was to make sure that we patronize medicines, or like we first of all, we implemented sanitation process where a bridge was built around the sea. So the donkeys and co will not have access to the water, and providing drugs to the hospital or sellers food to use it to de-infect the water before they use it to cook.
I have seen that even though you were Muslim, you attended mission school throughout. Can you tell us your experience? How was your experience?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I'm a half Muslim. What I mean to say is that my mom is a Christian and my dad is a Muslim.
Okay.
I grew up in a very regulated environment when it comes to religion. So it influenced the schools I went to.
All right, and I have seen that you have occupied a number of positions, which is very impressive. It means you are doing a lot. Now, can you tell us how your experience in life, especially when it comes to occupying positions, how this experience prepares you for the position you are aspiring to occupy?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. Of all the portfolios I've had the opportunity to lead in, one thing that they've all taught me at different stages is resilience. Another is the courage to just show up regardless. And to also, the last one is putting the interest of other people first, regardless of the circumstances that I am in. Having gathered all of this, how it will help me as the Women's Commissioner is that I know I have a task to deliver. Regardless of the vision of any female in the university, I need to be resilient, take courage, and make sure they believe in the beauty of their dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Assume the university is putting together a new gender policy. A new gender policy. If the university is putting together a new gender policy, as the aspiring women's commissioner, you have been contacted. Can you mention 3 things you want the policy to consider?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. I'd want the university to take into consideration equal representation, which means any course or initiative they will take within that particular bill, they should be flexible enough to allow all gender bases to partake in, but largely women, giving my nod as SRS Women's Commission. I'd also want the university to take into consideration ease on students that menstruate on campus. So as much as possible, we may not know who is menstruating in what school or what that, but penalties to be meted out to students that miss classes due to menstrual problems, cramps and all of that. There should be ease with it. Strict sanctions should not be given to that. And last one, the third one that I would want the university to do is to engage in an extensive advocacy for sexual harassment. Thank you.
All right. So, have you heard about the affirmative action for women? There was a bill that was passed last year about it. Have you heard about it?
Thank you very much.
You have heard about it, right?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
what is it about?
So the affirmative action is just a process or a procedure of education in a bill which allows females to have an equal representation in any work sector or in any avenue so that they believe in the beauty of their dreams and their choices will be able to transform them to fit into society.
So there are certain targets in that law. 2026, 2028, and 2030.
Prof. I missed that. May I have the privilege of getting the question again?
Okay, so in 2026, the target is that there should be about 30% representation of women in all decision-making units. In 2028, it should be about 35%. And then from 2030 going, we expect that 50% representation of women at all decision-making units or processes. So that is about it. Okay. Okay, thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. But I practice one. So it could have changed. I was just firm on my convictions. My siblings are Christians, actually. Yes, please. So we have choices. Thank you very much. Yes, Prof. Chair.
Do you sing or you just listen?
Sing.
Okay, so I would want you to sing for us.
Prof. Chair, which type of?
Any song from your heart.
For my
And then after that, I'll let you speak to your constituents.
So
and
for
then
my
we'll
heart.
beat you.
For my heart.
Not a romantic song, but
Oh.
any song from your heart.
That was unfortunate, but Prof. Chair, from my heart, I'll
Yes.
sing a gospel.
Wow, amazing. Okay.
May I be given some time to gather? They are just raising in my mind. So, Prof. Chair, my God is able. I know my God is able. I know my God is able to carry me through. Oh, for he has healed the brokenhearted. He has set the captives free. I know he healed the sick. He raised the dead and walked upon the sea. My God is able. Prof. Chair, I should continue.
I think you are a Christian in disguise. Anyway, it's been nice interacting with you. 19 years, I think you have a lot of prospect ahead of you. So let your able God continue to direct your path. I wish you all the best. Say something to your, please, if you misbehave, I'll sack you. This is the second time. The third time, I'll do it. I've been a very nice girl today. So let me maintain my composure.
Okay. Prof. Chair.
What do you want to tell your...
may I be given the opportunity to make a comment before I speak?
Yes, please. Yes, please. If you have any questions for us, you can go ahead.
Oh, with the panel, I don't have any questions. I appreciate coming here.
Right.
I just wanted to congratulate you in particular. I recently saw a release of a flyer that speaks to the effect that should be raised to the rank of a professor associate. As much as I didn't know you, admired that. So congratulations. And I also saw the flyer of...
Oh, okay.
So, and I also saw the flyer of professor.
I've been asked to correct you. So it's what? Full professor?
Full professor. Most grateful. Congratulations. Having said that, Prof. Chair, I'll proceed to speak to the people. Great people, I am Rahina Tutuna Al-Hassan. I am pioneering the era of she, where feminine intellect and ambition converge. Beyond empowerment, we are looking at redefining a pelagism, where your dreams are valid, where you are not alone because I believe with you. Join the synergy of professionalism, innovation, and ethics, and let's journey into an era of she. Your dreams are valid. Believe with me. She is Rahina, and she cometh. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we wish you all the best, and you hear from the panel.
Most grateful, Prof. Chair, and my greatest thanks to the panel.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
You are discharged. All right, so this brings us to the end of the session for SRC General Sports Secretary and SRC Women's Commissioner. We will take some few minutes off and then we'll reconvert to interview the SRC Public Relations Officers. Thank you very much.
need some help. Come my head on fire can't cool. My head on fire can't cool. Obi mwamie, sumo obi mamie, I need some help. Put my head on fire can't cool. My head on fire can't cool. Of late I've been needing racks, a little too much money. Margin in a mullah, naturally in a mamuna. Why shall the wicked die? Na me to me rest. Me nya some operations. Na me to me party. Got to join him sound. Me say Shebras is a fue. Me age is a fine wine. Me age is a fine wine. Me got to join him sound. Me say Shebras and if way. Me age is a fine wine. Me age is a fine wine. Obi mwamie. Sumo obi mamie. I need some help. Come my head on fire can't cool. My head on fire can't cool. Obi mwamie. Sumo obi mamie. I need some help. Put my head on fire can't cool. My head on fire can't cool.
Father, we have come to touch your glory.